thing that we can go into, but we're not going to. We're going to jump into our top stories. A lot of stories yesterday. We were getting a lot of DMs about one, which was the fire in Ras Al Khor 2. We're delighted to say there were no injuries reported following what was a warehouse fire. Another great job by Dubai Civil Defence. Yesterday our DMs were flooded, not because of the rain, but with reports of a fire in Ras Al Khor 2. Now the fire broke out in a timber house, which resulted in a lot of smoke, and people could see it from far and wide, and therefore cause for concern. But Dubai Civil Defence reached in 6 minutes, and no injuries were reported.
And also the authorities reported that the thick smoke at the site is due to inflammable nature of the materials, which it does happen. You can't necessarily, there are precautions in place, but like these things do happen and it's scary, but there is also a procedure as to how these things can be approached. And it's amazing that it was not dismantled, but like
Extinguished?
Extinguished. Guys, too early in the morning in 6 minutes, like amazing.
No, they arrived in 6 minutes.
Yeah.
But I think it took a little bit longer, but the concern was there was so much smoke because isn't that like irony? A timber house going on fire.
Right.
And it caused a lot of smoke, but thankfully we can report no injuries. The DCD there were there in 6 minutes flat, which is one of their key skills, is managing to reach these fires in the words of Shahir, spick and span moments.
Take the words right out of my mouth.
But yeah, so it's amazing to read that story. And Dubai Media Office reported yesterday that the fire was out. And as always, thank you for sharing your DMs. If you do have a concerning DM of something of that nature that's emergency, I'd also report it to the authorities.
Good job, Casey. Look at you thinking ahead. Moving on to the next story. So